But
Yeah,
the problem is the 10th, that's not your pay week. If you get paid every other week.
I get paid every week.
Every week?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the only place I'm going to go really is to the 3rd because even if I adjourned it out a week,
Okay, I got you. I got you. So the third, $1,400.
yeah, you pay the 16 and you got 1,400 by the 3rd. Go pay them the 16, then you're going to owe the balance. But rather than it being the 30th that you get that paid, I'm going to make it the 3rd.
The third of the remaining balance. If I'm short, then I'm a little worried about being short on the third by the third.
How are you?
What? How are you doing?
Day.
All right, this is the date set. A writ has been issued. I had no writ without a. And is the hearing to issue the order of eviction. Where are you, Ms. Sheba?
Let's see. I talked to my social worker at U of M Senior Housing before I talked to you today, and I went over what I thought was the thing to report to you. My first of all, my income is not enough for an apartment where you have to have 3 times the amount of income for the rent. Does that make sense? Okay. I have just started to look for a long-term permanent housing, an extended stay type place. I saw one yesterday, and I'm getting in touch with the manager of the same company. She's at Briarwood. I just left a message for her. She's going to get back to me and tell me when I could come look at a ground floor handicap unit. I'm having trouble. I need grab bars for the bathroom. Once I hope to see that either tomorrow or Sunday. It's up to her to let me come and see this. Once everything is settled and I've moved with my family from Detroit helping me, I will be sure and contact Jillian, the attorney, to arrange starting to pay back the amount of money that I owe Sparrowwood. I think that's about it. And I would like very much to please have another week to stay in my apartment to get rid of stuff. I don't know where I'm moving to, so I don't know how to pack. I'm trying to get everything to this new living space and then put the minimal amount in a storage unit that won't cost that much. So that's it.
Your Honor, plaintiffs requesting that the order of eviction be issued immediately. We are at a point now where the outstanding balance is $11,890. It's been 6 months since we filed the case. There's been no payments made at all by Ms. Chemiat. While we are, I feel for her in her situation. There's been no payments made, and our client now is owed a ton of money, and we need possession of the property back immediately.
Understood. All right. I looked at everything. I'm going to indicate the writ may issue. I will sign that. I will indicate that the writ, while I'm signing it, cannot be executed until the 31st.
31st of March.
31st of March, but you got to get out, Miss Chemiat. You got to. I'm doing that so you can at least orderly get your stuff out.
Thank you. I will have that done. And I don't understand why the balance went up. It was 92 something, $9,200, and now it's up $11,000 or something. The rent is only, well, is a lot, but a great place to live at Sparrowwood is the rent's $1,350. So I don't understand why it's 11.
Well, it was almost 8,000. They're not asking for, well, they are asking for a money judgment.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
They are asking for a money judgment, and I think I issued that previously in any event, but
Yes.
But yeah, you can go because it was 92 when they submitted the writ, so
Yeah.
it's gone up a month. That's why.
Was that in February?
Go ahead, Ms.
The, the prior balance with February rent was $9,200. The lease is up, so holdover rent applies starting in March, which is double rent, which is the 2,600 was added for March. So that's where we
What
are.
is,
Double rent for March because it was a holdover provision because your lease was up.
because it was a holdover?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
But you can go in there and work that out with them afterwards.
well, I'll be sure and call Jillian when I'm settled in my new place and start paying everything off. I have every intention of doing that.
I know you. All right.
Thank you very much. It was great to see you all.
Yes. Sure.
I'm gonna miss my Friday afternoon visits.
Great.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.
You do the same.
Beautiful out there.
You all the best.
Dear, appreciate it.
Golf site Lake 3 versus Delano Moore.
Carissa Gazeri for plaintiff.
Mr. Moore? Okay, you need to unmute for me. You got it.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. How much is owing as of this point?
Your Honor, $2,867.02. I believe at the last hearing, Mr. Delano was to pay $50. That has not happened. There's an assistance payment pending in the amount of $2,817.02. So the $50 was the difference. I understood based on Mr. Fink's notes from last week that it was going to be paid on the 13th.
That's what I thought.
Do I pay that offsite late? Today.
Say that again.
Can I just pay that to Golfside Lake Apartments? McKinley, because I can do that this afternoon.
Okay, you need to get that done.
Okay.
And Ms. Gazeri, you have verification of the payment. I mean, or at least an indication that that payment is coming forth.
I have a note from my client indicating that there's a payment coming.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do, you gotta get that $50 in. I'm gonna adjourn you out one more week. And let's see if we can get this closed out, okay? Mr. Moore?
Okay, sounds good. From what I understand from Hawk, they mailed a payment on the 10th. And it can take up to 2 weeks to process.
Yeah, but we have our post office. I don't know what happened with it. Anyway, it'll get there. Okay. So,
all right.
See, well, go out to the 27th, 2026 at 3 p.m. Hopefully everything, you get that 50 in, that money will come and then we can close this case out. Okay, Mr. Moore?
Okay, what's the court date again?
The 27th, 1 week from today at 3 o'clock.
Okay, and I can pay McKinley directly through the payment portal?
I don't know if the portal's open or not for him. Is it?
I don't
Check
have
your portal.
information.
If it's not open, then you need to go to their office and get it paid or send somebody with the 50.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right,
Thank you.
thank
Have
you.
a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
All right. Old Town Realty versus Lawrence Hunt.
Carissa Gazeri for plaintiff.
Sir, your name?
Lawrence Hunt.
All right. And what do we have as balance? This
Your
month?
Honor, the balance is $2,998.45.
Did you pay the 1,600?
I have it with me.
Pardon?
I have the $1,600 right now.
How come you didn't get it to them right now?
I got paid today, so
Okay.
give it to them today.
All right. And that's still gonna leave you about 1,300. When are you gonna have that done?
That leaves me to 1,300.
Well, you're at 29, almost 3,000 right now. If you give them
Oh, that's
100,
what
gonna
that's
have,
the court fee. Then
yeah.
Please see what today is. So the balance is how much again, sir?
Well, if you pay them 1,600
Mhm.
and you're at basically about 3,000, you got about 4,000 or 1,400 you need to pay to them.
1,400. I can get that done by, what is that, 12? The 12? What is, next, 2 Fridays from now?
That's what I thought you were looking at. So you're talking the third.
But no, wait, oh, the next Friday after that.
Well, if you got paid today and you get paid every 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I get paid. So,
Be the third.
how long can you give me to
Well, I can get you to the third, probably. No.
for the balance, the rest of the balance?
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I can get you to the third. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find that there's not a tribal issue. I'm gonna issue a judgment. So to lock the figure in for just March and not include April rent. Because if I kick this out, you're gonna be dealing with April rent.
Okay, so I'm sorry, what do you mean by locking it out? What do you mean?
Locking the figure in for just so that we're just talking about March. Because if I adjourn this out into April, then April's rent.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So March.
Follow me?
Yeah, so March would be, how much the balance would be just for March?
Through the end of March, you owe the 29.98.45.
29.98. That's with the 1,600?
No, that doesn't include the 1,600 but you haven't paid that to them yet.
Right,
So once you pay that, then you're going to owe about 1,400.
right. You want that to end in March?
No, what I'm indicating is what would happen is it would be the end of March.
Mhm.
I'm looking to give you additional time that I think would take you next paycheck on the third.
Okay, I see. Ah. And I was hoping that the following date, that's the 7th, is the 3rd.
The 10th. But the problem is the 10th, that's not your pay week. If you get paid every other week.
I get paid every week.
Every week?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the only place I'm gonna go really is to the third, because even if I adjourned it out a week.
Okay, I got you.
Right.
I got you. So the third, $1,400
Yeah, you pay the 16 and you got 1,400 by the third.
by the 3rd.
All right. So I'm gonna find no tribal issue after hearing. I'm gonna issue a judgment for possession. Now I'm issuing this for the total amount of the 29.98.45. You go pay them the 16, then you're gonna owe the balance. But rather than it being the 30th that you have that paid, I'm gonna make it the third.
The
of
third,
April.
third of the remaining balance. If I'm short, then
What?
I'm a little worried about being short on the third by the 3rd.
How much of the 14, how much do you think you can pay by the third?
By the 3rd, I can at least have another 1,000.
Here's what I'll do. The writ will issue April 3rd. If defendant pays what will really be 2,600, which is the 1,600 plus we pay $1,600 today
Mhm.
to them and pay $1,000 by the third. The writ date would be extended to the 10th.
Sounds great.
But that does not include or factor in April rent. Still gonna owe April rent.
Right.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor, and then there's gonna be a money judgment entered in the full amount as well, right?
Was there a request for the money judgment?
Yes, yes,
Yes, a money judgment would issue for the same amount.
thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Strong Future Homes versus Ashley Womack.
Carissa Gazari for plaintiff.
Gotta go into another rent cycle, so
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to adjourn this to March 27th, 2026 at 2 p.m. In the interim, make sure that you make that payment on that Wednesday, but I'm going to suggest that you look on your paperwork, call the the landlord's attorney's office and see if you can work out some payment plan to kind of get you through this, okay?
Okay. You said
All
the
right, make sure-
27th at what time?
27th at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing.
Thank you.
Okay, so you come down to the courthouse.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Glencoe Hills versus Andrew Jacobson.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Not.
Andrew Jacobson. They are not here. If you'd like to take a default, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you. This is a case for non-payment of rent. Rent to retain possession is $3,162.33. Court costs are $171 for a total of, wow, $3,333.33.
Whoa, really?
3,003. I need to check the ledger on this one, Your Honor. That's
Yes.
a little wild. Okay, yes, that is the balance.
Okay.
Your Honor, plaintiff is requesting a default judgment for possession only, with a writ to issue after 10 days, which I have as 3/30/2026.
Okay. Judgment to the plaintiff, that's by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Think I know my lotto numbers. Glencoe Hills versus Shonda Eddins.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Oh, there she is. Hello, Miss Eddins.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. All right, what is plaintiff's claim?
I have a balance including court costs of $3,649.82.
All right. Miss Eddins, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I reached out, I applied for SCR. I'm waiting to hear a response from them. All my documentation is turned in. They have up until the 25th to make a determination decision.
Right.
So
I
I'm
get
just
that.
waiting for them to make a decision. I have been making weekly payments. I've been on hard times. And so I'm just getting back into the workforce.
Got it. Okay. So how many people are in your household?
Right now, I have 3 disability kids plus myself.
Okay. So that's 4 people. So typically an SCR, just with standard things, it would only cover about $740 of this amount. Okay. But
Okay.
here's what I'm going to suggest that you do. And that is, first thing, you need to get your tracking number for your SCR. In your packet, there's a form called a rental assistance form. You need to fill that out and get that to the court by Wednesday of next week, okay?
Okay. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I'm going to adjourn your case to the 27th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. What was your question?
I am making payments. What can I do to stop the eviction? I don't want to get evicted. Like I said,
Okay.
I am
All right.
back to working.
Okay, Miss Eddins, here's what that's the next thing I was going to tell you. All right. I continue to make the payments. I'm going to suggest that outside of everything else I told you to do, call the attorney's office that's listed on your paperwork. See if you can work out some payment arrangement with your landlord so that you're paying a little bit and see if something can be worked out. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You
Okay.
got that? Any other questions?
No, that'll be it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Glencoe Hills versus Sujal. Is it Pagani? And Jay Hudell. Pardon?
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
They're not here. Okay, I have neither party present. You may proceed.
Thank you. There's rent to retain possession of $3,202.33. $2,414.33. Court costs are $212 for a total of $3,414.33. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment with for possession only with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested, writ to issue 10 days. Gulfside Lake 1 and 2 versus Crystal Martin and Leon Martin.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Crystal. It's Martin, Crystal Martin. Oh, got a face.
I'm here.
No, okay. All right. There's Ms. Martin. Okay, what is plaintiff's claim?
I have a balance including court costs of $3,629.77.
All right. And Ms. Martin, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Well, I intend to pay $1,300 tomorrow. I was gonna pay it sooner, but because of today, I figured I should just wait and see what the total balance would be and then move forward. And then the remainder by the end of the month.
Okay, so you think you can get that paid by the end of the month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm going to adjourn this out to the 27th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, so somebody I have to be down here. I'm going to suggest in the interim that what you do is call the plaintiff's attorney's office, see if you can work out a payment plan to get this done, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Ms. Martin,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Martin, if that balance is
Yeah.
paid in full on or before the 27th, we'll submit a dismissal.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
All right. Thank
All
you, Ms.
right.
Martin. Take care.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. Gulfside Lake 1 and 2 versus Lashana Robinson.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Shauna Robinson. They are not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you. Your Honor, just so the court is aware, we did get a call from Ms. Robinson. She also, I think she contacted the clerk's office at the court, and she said that she had to work tomorrow during the hearing and was hoping for an adjournment. She thinks she can have March rent paid in full on the 28th. Your Honor, if you would prefer to adjourn it, we would respect.
I think
the
if
court's
she made a call, I don't have any notation from my clerk's office that she called us, but if she's looking to have it paid, why don't we just adjourn this out and
Thank you, Your Honor.
deal with it? March 27th, 2026 at 2 p.m. She may not have it paid by then, but still do that. Gulfside Lake 1 and 2 versus Dion Brown.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Oh, I think there he is. All right, kind of fuzzy, but there he is. All right, what do we have?
Your Honor, I have a balance including court costs of $920.
Oh, why is it so blurry?
All right, there you go. Now I can see you. Mr. Brown, how are you intending on getting that paid, sir?
I'll be able to pay it by the 31st. I just emailed Melissa to see if I could work out a payment plan to have it paid by that time.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. Give you time to work that out. I'll adjourn this to the 27th next week, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, but hopefully we can have paperwork and everything worked out and get this resolved. All right?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good weekend.
You as well.
Gulfside Lake 3 versus Noah Bond.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Oh, they're here. Noah Bond. Noah Bond. Oh, okay. What's that? Oh, there he is. All right. Thank you. Mr. Bond, I see that you, can you tell me your name? Okay, you're gonna have to disconnect your earpiece because we can't hear you.
Okay.
All right, try
Can you hear me
again.
now?
Yep, we can hear you now, sir.
Okay.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
I have a balance including court costs of $1,784.52.
All right. Mr. Bond, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Yes, I actually am getting paid tomorrow. My check comes in tomorrow. So I should have it paid then. And I believe that it should be all of it should be paid off by then.
Okay, so you think your check tomorrow will get this all paid off?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll adjourn this to March 27th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. You'll have to come down to the courthouse. All right, if everything is not paid by then. Okay, if everything's paid by then, they're going to dismiss the case.
Okay, I actually also have a question.
Sure.
That's okay. So I've been having I've been trying to talk to the leasing office about a smoking problem in my building also. And I don't believe that's really being dealt with. And a part of our, the Gulfside Lake is we have a no smoking policy in the building. So
And so you're claiming, all right. Any suggestions on what he should do, Miss Engine?
So Mr. Bond, obviously there's a no smoking policy and it's important to Gulfside Lake that that's followed. Unfortunately, we can't, my client can't do anything unless they know the individuals. Because, obviously if someone's smoking, we send a lease, they send a lease violation. And if it happens again, sometimes it could lead to, or even if on the first time it could lead to a termination of tenancy, but that's something that, the landlord has to be able to prove in court. And so.
Well, they do know who it is.
Okay, so if you're making reports of which tenants it is, then they can do something about it. And I can make a note that you're noticing a problem.
I just wanted to note that it has been like 3 months of me trying to like have something happen about this. I did talk to the office about it. Like I said, 3 months ago. And I've been consistently speaking to them on it, but nothing has really come of it at all. So
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
What I'll
make
do
a
is
note of it,
we'll
too.
let the attorney follow up on that. All right, see if that helps. All right, sir?
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Gulfside Lake 3 versus Tracy Walker.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
Very good. How are you doing?
I'm here. Could be better, but I'm here.
All right. Couldn't it always be better, right? But,
Joe could.
okay. All right. What is plaintiff's claim?
I have a balance including court costs of $618.78.
All right. Mr. Walker, how are you intending on getting that paid?
All right, so I've already paid the $1,200 of what I owe out of that $1,800 on Thursday night, and my next paycheck doesn't arrive to me till April 1st, and I know that's when the next rent period kicks in. So I've already contacted Melissa about this, so I will get that 600 paid on April 1st and get the rent for April paid during the middle of that month.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adjourn it out a week to 27th at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, but contact the plaintiff's attorney's office, see if we can work out basically what you just indicated, and then we can put that into place with the formal document, okay?
Your Honor, I could do a consent judgment that would be set aside if it's paid in full on or before April 1st.
Okay, we can do that. I don't think I want to do that today
Okay,
with him. Okay, we'd have to do that, but however we can do that, we can work it out. Okay,
all right,
sir?
thank you.
All right.
So we can just contact the plaintiff's attorney's office and see if we can get this resolved. All right?
The plan for turning out, is she the attorney? I'm sorry, is she the attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, sir.
Is there a way we can get to a breakout room and we can talk now, or I gotta call you?
No, I don't do breakout rooms typically.
Okay.
Our phone number, sir, is on the paperwork under James Fink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
available? Are you available to talk now, or do I gotta wait?
Well, I got cases, man.
Oh, sorry.
Just
Sorry.
trying-
My bad. Sorry, Judge.
No, it's all right. You're just trying to get it done. All
Yeah.
right, that's okay. I don't know what her schedule is, but I'll be done in probably about less than 15 minutes.
All right, cool. I'll see myself out.
All right. Mr. Walker, see it is going to get better, right?
Yeah, I got no choice.
That's it. All right. You take care. Have a good weekend.
I'll try. You do the same.
All right. Gulfside Lake 3 versus Jabril Naim.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Naim, not checked in. You may proceed.
Your Honor, for the court's consideration, I did receive an email from my client. Mr. Naim emailed my client asking about a different court date. He forwarded an email that I think he tried to send it to the clerk's office, but it looks like there was a typo in the email. But he's said that he is a Muslim observing Ramadan, and the holiday and prayer begin Friday morning, the 20th, at the same time he's set to be in court. And so he's asking to have an adjournment.
All right. I'll take it as true. I thought Ramadan ended yesterday, but
I thought so too, but here we are.
It's
It's an after party.
Yes.
After
March-
service. I don't know.
Yes.
So, okay.
March 27th, 2026 at 2 p.m. Actually, it's Eve today, so I get it. Okay,
Fair
I'll
enough.
just adjourn it.
Fair enough.
And then Glencoe Hills versus Stevenson and Gulfside Lake versus.
And we would like to shorten the redemption period because they failed to allow us to inspect the property.
Gotcha. We're all right. Raise your right hand to be, well, did you pay for a second service or no? No.
Let me check, Your Honor.
And
It says land, yeah,
what's that mean?
I think it means the land contract. That's how it's said in JIS.
If you look at Exhibit A, Your Honor, you'll see the quitclaim deed following the foreclosure.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
But
And
I
then-
don't know if on this proceeding I have the second mailing. I don't have that. No, in fact, my file says no second mailing.
Okay, so let's set it
Here.
for the second hearing and get
That-
this done.
So March 27th, 2026 at 12 noon.
3/27 at noon. Is that Zoom?
It's in person actually, technically, but
Okay.
if you send in a submission, we'll consider letting you appear via Zoom.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.
Peninsula Place, you do the same. Peninsula Place versus Kayvon Henderson.
He's referring to this.
Sure.
Can you hear me, sir?
If you send
Hello?
in, we'll consider it. I didn't hear you.
Rebecca Austin. Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff.
All right. Versus Kayvon Henderson.
Yes. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Apologies.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, this is a non-payment of rent case. There's currently past due rent in the amount of $1,427.17, court cost of $177.72 for a total of $1,604.89.
All right, sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I attend BLC in April. That should cover my cost of rent. And still, Judge, I'm also
What are you doing in April?
It's a military course, BLC. I'll be paid and compensated for that time.
All right. So you're indicating you don't have any funds until April?
I wouldn't say that. I'm still looking, Judge, and also there's other benefits the military affords me that I believe would help a rent.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. You're gonna have to try to figure all that out. You may want to contact either Holly, who had a line, I'm sure, this past week, and or counsel's office and see if you can work something out in terms of a payment plan. But I'll adjourn this to March 27th, 2026 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. So if you don't have something worked out, you need to appear down at the courthouse, sir.
When you sir, when you say worked out, do you mean with the property itself worked out?
Property itself in terms of how you're going to get this paid.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Town Center, or People versus Town Center Place versus Viola Hines. Yep.
Thank you, Your Honor. Jackie Snyder-Potter for the plaintiff.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your
Good
Honor.
morning. Good morning, Miss Hines. How are you? Oh, you're muted. You always do that to me. You there?
Can you hear me? Yes, I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you. All right. This is a termination. What's the basis for the termination?
An unauthorized occupant, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Hines, what do you have to say about that?
I have my daughter-in-law my son's girlfriend that came to help me when I hurt my shoulder. She came 3 months ago, but she was going back home, but things happened. She couldn't make it back. We did do an application with the office for her. She's got her income from Social Security, her award letter now, and she's put in for a Social Security card. So that I'm in Oklahoma. My sister has lung cancer, and I had to come down here. I will be back home on the 5th of April, and all this will be taken care of.
Okay, so you're not even right now in the state.
No, I had emergency.
Yeah, no, I got you. And there's somebody in your unit, but that they've applied.
We haven't received that back, Your Honor. That's part of the problem.
Pardon?
The application has not been returned to the office, from my understanding.
No, it was returned. We gave it to Renee.
What
she
day?
Said she last month. And she said she couldn't do nothing with it. until she got all of her stuff. But we
Oh, yeah,
returned it.
we need the rest of her paperwork.
Yeah, we
Pardon?
returned it.
So then we need the rest of the paperwork.
Yes, and she has it now.
Okay, so that's what you were talking about the social security stuff and the like, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has she gotten that down to the office yet?
She should have. If haven't, I will call her today and she'll get herself down there with it.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adjourn this out a week,
Your Honor.
27, 2000. Yeah, go ahead.
I apologize. Our office has I'm out next Friday.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I got information from you. I don't have anything from the defendant. So I'll have to adjourn it out a week to March 27th, 2026 at 12 noon. And then if they
12
don't
noon.
appear, we take a default or do whatever. All right, sir?
I understand. Thank you very much, Your
All right.
Honor.
Thank you. We'll see you next week. That's an in-person
Okay,
hearing,
see
by
you
the way,
next-
sir.
Oh, in person. Okay.
Yes. All right. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
at the district court there, 12 noon.
Judge Simpson carefully works through a payment schedule with a defendant who explains that he gets paid every week, not every other week. The judge tries to adjust the deadline to make the situation realistic, moving the payment date so it lines up better with the defendant's paycheck. Instead of waiting until the end of the month, the judge sets the 3rd as the new deadline for the remaining balance, while reminding him to first pay the $16 owed and then finish the rest by that date. The conversation shows the judge trying to balance accountability with practicality, making sure the payment plan actually fits the defendant's financial situation while still ensuring the debt gets paid.